Well, Merry Christmas, Samantha Meah. I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas day, and of course it's Christmas evening now and it's time to sit back and contemplate what Christmas really means. Television, lousy weather, and presents!
Hooray!
Hurrah!
And of course, the most important thing of all, it also means the Samantha's Sunday Night Party Christmas Panto.
Yes!
Which will be with you in about half an hour's time, and we've all...
As I think. This time set to lyrics.
The first, a Noel, the angel did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay. The first, Samantha Meah, she received a seasonal card. It said, Christmas ain't Christmas without a tub full of lard. Noel, 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 Noel. If anybody's got any L, could they send it to us, please?
Oh, Ian.
Send no money now.
Ian's tap dancing. You can't see this at the moment.
Rather savage edit at the end of that, I'm sorry, but...
Oh, can we take you home and preserve you in a glass cage, Ian? We think you're fab.
Thank you.
Oh, look at the card Paul sent us.
Nice and stylish.
Yeah, it's very
Hard,
stylish.
Paul, that's excellent.
Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you very much for my presents, everybody, apart from Lisa.
I'd love to read out what Ian says, but I hadn't better.
I've just read what Paul's card to Lisa. It's Fred. I think we can expound this on the air. Fred is with three of his friends, two of his friends and his wife. The caption reads, Fred generously offered to take everyone out for a Christmas slap-up. And his wife and two other friends have thought bubbles above them. And this great slap-up meal, is it the Savoy Grill, thinks one, the Ritz thinks another, Langens thinks his wife, Fred is thinking, Spud you like. That speaks to me, that does, Paul.
I thought so. I thought it would.
Paul, we've got to go out on the power of love, by the way.
Have we?
Which is going to be next.
Oh, good. All right.
Right. And what I wanted to ask you, and don't forget, because coming up after the power of love is the Samantha Sunday Night Party Christmas Panto with a galaxy of stars, including the Bare Naked Ladies, Richie Jurich,
Yep.
Gary Hudson,
We think.
Probably. We haven't recorded his bits. Oh, no.
Not as we speak right now, no.
Swift editing coming up.
And who else? All the stars are in it. Gary Rice,
Lisa Wallace.
Lisa Wallace. We're all in it, of
Yep.
course. And
Marcus Berkman.
Marcus Berkman from the Daily Mail. All sorts.
Mike Parker.
Mike Parker.
Mike Parker from What's On Magazine. All sorts of wonderful people. And what's your favourite memory of the recording of the panto, Ian?
I think breaking out into the cold sweat, just as we got the Bare Naked Ladies up on 4 different lines,
Yeah.
and realising that we could only get 2 of them up at any one time. And if you could hear the fun and games that we had just trying to get that to work on a technical level, you would realise the fondness. You would understand the fondness with which I regarded the making of the whole thing.
Oh, right, okay.
That just about summed it up for me.
How about you, Mike?
My fondest memory was of Jim Bare Naked Lady. When Ian eventually got him back and he was saying, Jim, you ready for your part now? And in the background there was this heavenly guitar being played, and Jim was just completely out of it, playing his guitar, thinking, it's Christmas. Da, da, da.
Tell us that other funny anecdote about Jim when he said to Ian, what does this to be sure mean?
Now, yes, as we're about to hear, James of Cregan, who he plays, is rather Canadian, but also very Irish, as Jim is. So Ian had written the entire part with to be sures and begorras, and you will hear, not only does begorra in Canadian sound like this, but he didn't know what to be sure was, so Ian said it's like saying, hey, that's cool, eh?
Well,
so, to be sure.
Well, I'm not suitably embarrassed at having to explain that to someone of obviously Irish descent as Jim, a red-headed Irish descendant.
so what about you, Lisa? What was your favourite bit?
My favourite bit was, my fondest memory was finishing, actually. It took a long time to record.
What about you, Paul?
I recall sitting in this studio, in fact, in Area 4, while everybody else was in Area 5, and having started the bit that we were recording at that point, and everybody looking in my direction as I was sitting there without a script, and it was my line.
Yeah, actually, can I take that back? My fondest memory is in part of the panto, I almost get to marry Paul.
Oh, that's quite nice.
I've thought of one other golden memory as I think we were doing Jim's bits, and we had the CD player on because most of the sound effects came from one compact disc, and all of a sudden, instead of running water, we heard the sound of an overhead airliner. And I thought it was coming from Canada. It was actually the next track on the CD.
No, my very favourite bit is because, you see, the thing is, I have this pathetic faith in Ian's and Paul's technical ability, because I have no technical ability whatsoever. And the Bare Naked Ladies were all on the line, and it was all going horribly wrong. The lines were going down, and it was all a disaster. And, like, this had taken months of negotiation to get the Bare Naked Ladies on. Well, it hadn't taken a couple of faxes, actually, but I'm telling Ian it was months of negotiation and blah, blah, blah. And Ian was where Paul is now in the next studio saying, this can't be done, this isn't, we can't do this, we can't do this, we can't do this. And I said to Ian, we can do it, Ian. And I'd forgotten the Bare Naked Ladies were on the line. And I think it was Tyler, the drummer, who said, Ian, you can do it. Samantha says you can do it.
I don't remember that at all.
Talking of people who have blind faith in others' abilities, they love you, and that's why they're about to be on the panto.
Right, well, it's coming up. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas. I'll be back on New Year's Day with a special New Year's Day Samantha Sunday night party. I haven't quite worked out yet how it's going to be special, but I'm sure I will between now and then. Enjoy Boxing Day, and most of all, enjoy the panto. Good night.